Good morning, friends. We've got the best two teams in Banana Ball dueling it out as the Party Animals and Bananas kick off their second to last series of the season against each other. It's the last time we will see the Animals here in Savannah, where they have dominated the Nanners this year to a tune of 13 wins in 17 games here in historic Grayson Stadium. Great pitching matchup on the docket today. Garrett Delano goes for the boys in black and pink, while the Bananas counter with Jared Donaldson, as we've got first pitch at noon Eastern. Who doesn't love some midday banana ball on a thirsty Thursday? What a unique atmosphere it is here in our city by the sea. We see the Party Animals for the final time in Savannah as we kick off a 3-game set. And we welcome you inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Juneteenth with us, and happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. What a matchup. These are the two best teams in Banana Ball. The Party Animals come in 26-16. The Bananas 2 games under 500, but a much better record than the Firefighters and Tailgaters, who have had a gauntlet to come out the gates this series, just playing the Bananas and Party Animals from the get-go.
Yeah, obviously being able to play since February has really helped both the Bananas and Party Animals, as they have not really had a terribly tough time against the Firefighters or the Texas Tailgaters. But the Party Animals have won 13 games here in Grayson Stadium. They've only lost 4 in that span as well. And for the Bananas, they have got to figure out how they can beat the Party Animals now before they face them possibly in the Tour Championship come October.
Well, we talk about these teams battling the 3rd and 4th squads in Banana Ball. There were 5 games last weekend, and let's get a look at the highlights. It starts off in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the first time that the Party Animals and the Firefighters went at it this year. How about Ron Franklin? Full extension, Superman dive to get the action going in the 4th. Dalton Cornett, the first home run of what I'm sure will be an illustrious Firefighters career. 3-run Jimmy Jack. It would win the inning for the Firefighters as they would dominate with some help from the faithful in the Great Lakes State. Originally, this was not ruled a clean catch, challenged and overturned. A nice snag by the kid with the hat. And then Johnny Hummel shutting it down in the 9th as the Firefighters grab their first win of the year.
Well, the next night in Cincinnati would mark the first time the Bananas would ever face off against the Texas Tailgaters. And their very first batter of the ballgame, Marcos Castillo, into the right field seats. That's a foul out to a fan. A sign of big things to come for 42,000 in Cincinnati. Next inning, Travis Munoz. Yeah, that's a foul out to the fans as well. And then Robert Anthony Cruz, bottom half of the inning. They have 3 foul balls caught through 2 innings of play. 5th inning, Cowboy Kyle on the mound. Bananas Tailgaters knotted at 2. That is a record-tying 4th foul out to a fan. And then Robert Anthony Cruz in the bottom of the 5th. That is Banana Ball history right there. 5 foul outs to fans, a new record. And then after that, the backflips were the stars of the show. Zach Watson had 2 of his own in center field. Robert Anthony Cruz landed the rack flip. Indiana Stanley, his first career backflip. And the magnum opus, D.R. Meadows, barehanded backflip catch in center field. Only the 2nd time he's ever done that. And in the 9th, Austin Krasminski slams a 5-2 Bananas win.
To game 2 in Grand Rapids, Sean Fluke dancing it up on the mound. Bryson Bloomer between the legs on the bouncer to 3rd. Party Animals came back with a vengeance. They're up 5-zip in the 8th when Logan Lacey, full extension from foul territory. The guy is a superhero, denies Vava and the Animals a 6th walk-off in the game, but Drew Gillespie slamming the door as the Animals even up the series.
And talking about evening up series, the Tailgaters came hungry on night 2 in Cincy. Mac Danford, the first Tailgaters home run in a big league stadium. Bottom 4, Texas clinging to a 1-run lead in the inning. Trey Jones, the rookie, behind the back catch. He had 2 on the ballgame. And in the 9th inning, Tailgaters a 1-point edge. Marcos Castillo robs Reese Alexiadis to get the 2nd out of the inning. Next batter, Ryan Cox. You are not seeing double. Castillo, back-to-back diving catches, get the Tailgaters their first win against the Nanners.
Rubber match in Michigan, Dustin Baber and Chase Acuff. Sweet double play. Babes grabbing the trick play to get the action going in the 1st. Zachary Bridges, his first career Banana Ball home run in the 3rd. It would put the Party Animals in front, but the Firefighters in front, rather. The Party Animals would storm back. A 2-1 lead, a 2-1 victory once again thanks to Drew Gillespie as he takes care of Logan Lacey, and the Animals win the series. And that brings us to this weekend here in Savannah, Georgia, and the tale of the tape between these two squads has been pure Party Animals dominance so far in 2025.
Yeah, they are currently on an 8-game win streak here in Grayson Stadium. We've seen how well the Animals have performed offensively. More home runs than the Bananas. They enter with 25. And what also cannot get lost is the Bananas are 1 for 4 in save opportunities at home. So the Party Animals have made the most of the 9th inning when every run counts as a point. And of course, this is the last time they play in Savannah until the Tour Championship. So it's a final tune-up of sorts for these Animals.
Let's get it down to Drake. He's got a man fresh off a 24-hour live stream.
A whole lot of chatter upstairs about just how good the Party Animals have been all season long, and you were fantastic in your 24 hours Banana Foster live stream that raised how much money?
$22,000.
$22,000 to the Party Animals and Savannah Bananas nonprofit, Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Take me through, have you slept since then? You were 5 p.m. to 5 p.m., no sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah, I slept a lot leading up to it, around 11 to 12 hours. And I did the final tally this morning. I was up for 33 hours straight, which was not fun, but I did get back last night at 7:30 and woke up this morning at 6:30, so that's another 11 hours. Still feeling it a little bit, but I mean, it was for an amazing cause, and I do it again in a heartbeat.
A lot of different antics that went on, from power hours to the Hot Wings Challenge. What was your favorite part of those 24 hours?
Favorite part was the Hot Ones. I'm a huge fan of Hot Ones, watched all their interviews. I think it's an amazing show, and whenever we got the green light to do that on my on the live stream, I was really excited just to see how it would go and to experience it myself. I've always wanted to.
And did I hear that because a certain amount of money was raised, you will be getting a tattoo from Mike Vivacis?
I didn't know it was from him, but I guess so. I will be getting a tattoo. He raised $15,000, so I'll be getting a tattoo, and also $20,000 we raised, so I'll be doing Truth or Dare during one of the games.
Did you miss the skydiving thing, or are you still going to skydive?
I want to do the skydive. I was told I couldn't do the skydive due to liability reasons, but I still want to. But we had to X that one out and went ahead and did Truth or Dare.
I was told that the next challenge will be a 48-hour live stream. Is that fact true?
It is not true, but I will say that will not be the last time you will see a 24-hour live.
Baber, thanks for doing it for the cause. It was awesome to be a part of it. $22,000 raised, and we're about to play a banana ball game. That's not baseball. 142 degrees right here on this turf, and we're doing banana ball, which has 11 specific rules, and those will be given to you by my boss.
The name of the game is Banana Ball, and this is the fastest, most entertaining game in sports. Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. If you score the most runs in an inning, you get a point. The most points win the game. But in the last inning of Banana Ball, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, there is a 2-hour time limit. No new inning can start when the clock hits 0. Rule number 3, if you step out of the batter's box, it is a strike. Rule number 4, no bunting. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first. Rule number 6, no walks allowed. It becomes a ball 4 sprint until every position player touches the ball. Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it is an out. In Banana Ball, everything's in play, so you better be ready. Rule number 9, the showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of 9 innings, or when time expires, it is pitcher versus hitter with 1 fielder, and the hitter has to score. Rule number 10, the Banana Ball challenge rule. You, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge a ruling on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter rule. A team can send up any batter to hit in any spot in the lineup. This is guaranteeing the best possible matchup at the end of the game when it matters most. These are the official rules of Banana Ball.
You are watching Game 49 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. The Party Animals are 26-16 overall. Manners 19-21. The Animals have clinched this season's series. 20 wins and 14 losses against the Bananas, including today. Only 5 battles between these two squads left. You can do the math. But this Nanner squad has been heating up as of late. 6 wins in their last 8 games. Here is their defensive alignment today. Left to right in the outfield, Robert Anthony Cruz, DR Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Third to first in the infield, the usual suspects. Kyle Jackson, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Eric Jones Jr. Well, behind the dish, it's Bill Leroy.
Well, this could be a big weekend for DR Meadows. 3 games to try and see if he can get up to 100 trick plays. The first outfielder to ever reach triple digits. He is 13 away, but it is not out of the realm of possibility that he is able to accumulate that many over this weekend here in Savannah, and we may even see Kyle Jackson reach 50 trick plays in his rookie campaign.
This Nanner squad huddled up in front of the mound. The man who will be taking the mound, Jared Donaldson, here in his 3rd Banana Ball World Tour. He's been bouncing back and forth between the bullpen and a role in this starting rotation, and he gets the ball from the get-go here for this midday battle. And he gets the ball from the get-go for this midday battle.
8th start of the season in 2025 for Jared Donaldson. 2 wins and 2 losses on the tour. He has not allowed multiple runs across an outing since May the 3rd against the Party Animals. That was here in Grayson Stadium, and coincidentally, his last start for Savannah. Across his last 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, only 1 ball, 4 sprints. So good stuff from Donnie.
Let's get a gander at this powerful Party Animals starting lineup. Reese Hampton, Chase Acuff, and Jake Skoll, followed by Andy Cosgrove in the cleanup spot. Then Tanner Thomas, Noah Fisher, Jason Swan in the middle, and some big bats at the bottom. Bryson Bloomer, Dustin Baber, and Armando Becerra.
Well, right now it's the guys batting 1 and 4 in this lineup. Reese Hampton and Andy Cosgrove, who were the most dangerous across Grand Rapids for the Animals. Cosgrove already with 8 walk-offs for the Party Animals while they've been playing as the headliner team. And of course, he has raked here in Grayson Stadium as well.
What a fun matchup today. Only 5 games left between the Party Animals and the Bananas. And we get 3 of them this weekend. Bill Leroy chucks it on down to second. Nice scoop from Jackson Olsen. And we're about ready to start this clock. Looking like we might get first pitch before noon. Who's got the honor? Sharkey? Gillum?
It is time, and I need your help. On the count of 3, everybody here, as loud as you can say it, you're going to say start the clock. So here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
10 points to everybody at home who guessed Shark. Gets to start the clock today. We wish the young professor the best with the family, getting a weekend off. Love that for the kid. Reese Hampton, the switch-hitting center fielder, takes a heater. And we're underway. Reese has been terrific as the Party Animals have embarked on their headlining tour. He's racked up 6 walk-offs, second best on the team across those 8 games as a home team this year.
Yeah, it's just incredible to see for Reese Hampton. Started the season slower than he would have liked, and ever since April has just been on his game with this Party Animal squad, and is putting up a pretty good battle here against Jared Donaldson 4 pitches in.
Donnie, of course, known for the splitter with the low 90s fastball. There's the split piece, misses wide. Hampton, a tough cookie at the dish. These guys have been battling for 3 straight tours. Hampton works the count full. Former Tigers minor leaguer coming off a special weekend. Back in the park, he played in for 2 seasons with the Whitecaps. He was in single A, and he starts today's game off with the ball 4 sprint. All 7 Bananas behind the pitcher and catcher. Toss it around in short order. Hampton happy to get a free 90 feet in front of the Big Boppers.
Not just any ball 4 sprint for Reese Hampton. That's now his tour-leading 25th of the year for the Party Animals, which breaks him out of a tie with his teammate, Andy Cosgrove.
Cosgrove in the hole. Skull on deck. Chase Acuff digs in. This Party Animals squad has been a force to be reckoned with. Acuff elevated to the 2-hole. Starting to make a home for himself there. After most of the tour, it was Hampton, Skull, Cosgrove, with Fisher in the cleanup spot. But I think if you're Mike Vivacis and company, it's tough to put a lineup together, however you're going to line up the 10 guys. The bats are usually going to be hot. Nice defensive swing there by Acuff to stay alive.
And I think that's why you like putting Chase Acuff in the 2-hole, especially when Hampton is rolling and getting on base often. You know you've got a guy behind him in the lineup who is capable of putting the ball in play at all times. And you see Acuff again spoiling another pitch from Jared Donaldson, running inside against him.
This is the hardest guy to strike out in all of D2 baseball back in 2018. Look out. It's a rogue splitter at the helmet. Easy to avoid. And a lot of arrows out of the proverbial quiver so far for Donnie. Another 2-strike offering is spoiled. Chance for the fans. They do not catch it. Impressive back-to-back battles from Hampton and Acuff.
Yes, 7-pitch AB, or plate appearance, I should say, from Reese Hampton. Now Acuff about to get an 8th pitch from Donaldson, and it's spoiled yet again.
Credit Donnie, he continues to pound the zone. And Acuff continues to foul pitches off. That is a painful one. And the boys come out to check on their star shortstop. Casey Carlson, Party Animals athletic trainer, will check on him. He's got the shin guard somehow. He was able to miss it with the foul ball. Gosh, this is worse than you're used to seeing with a foul ball off of a hitter. Scary moment here for the Party Animals. But Acuff looks like he's strapping back up his elbow guard, back to his feet. Here we go. Boy, he is walking gingerly on that left leg.
Yeah, it's still very early in this ball game, and the way in which Acuff's walking, it does not appear like he's going to be capable of playing 9 innings defensively for this Party Animals team. And so it looks like he's going to be escorted off the field by Casey Carlson. And if I had to imagine, Sal Jacoba's the next man up for this Party Animals team to take over and man shortstop today.
100%. Now we do have re-entry in Banana Ball, so if Acuff starts feeling better at any point in this game, he can re-enter in Sal's spot. And that's exactly who is coming off the bench. 2 batters into this game. Acuff put up a heck of a battle. And we'll go get checked on by the Party Animals AT. What a spot for the pride of Rogers, Arkansas. Jacobo off the bench. You see the numbers right there at the bottom of your screen. A glove-first guy. But he's got some pop at the dish. Comes in with a 2-2 count. That one just misses the outside corner. Donnie wanted the call. Leroy framed it. Count is full. Inside. No, that's going to be a strike. Wow, Chris Walker with a generous strike 3 call. Hampton running on the pitch will swipe second. Kobo only sees 2 offerings. One just misses outside, and then one looked like it was more off the plate inside, but Donnie gets the call.
Well, definitely a tough series of events. It's hard enough to come off the bench and come up to the plate. It's even harder when you inherit a 2-2 count. You feel like your back's kind of already up against the wall. But Hampton able to get himself into scoring position nonetheless.
Well, now Jake Skoll, the best hitter on the tour. Slaps this one deep to left. That is big trouble. It's going to be one hop over the wall. Hampton can trot in from second. Skoll with the ground rule double. His 46th run driven in here in his 42nd game played. What an unbelievable fifth tour he's having.
And he's the first man to reach 60 hits in 2025 as well. Had a very quiet series in Grand Rapids a weekend ago. Only had one hit for the Party Animals. And I'm sure he's going to rack up plenty more this weekend against the Savannah Bananas. An RBI double to the opposite field, a wonderful start.
The boys in black and pink party rock at the dish. And 3 batters into the game, they've got a 1-run lead in the first as you get another look at the Skoll RBI double. Andy Cosgrove, a missile out into right center. Skoll's gonna score easily from second. Andy slams the brakes and heads back to first. That is his tour leading 50th RBI. It's a new version of Bingo, Bango, and Bongo for this Party Animals squad. Cosgrove, what a revelation. He's been in the middle of this lineup and handling the catching duties for the vast majority of the games this year for the Animals.
I mean, it's another easy no-brainer for Mike Vivacis. You just pencil in Cosgrove in the 4-hole every day. You don't have to worry about a thing. And reason we see him already up to 50 runs batted in the season, he's batting over 360 with runners in scoring position this year.
Mark Smith takes over for him at first. Ball and 2 strikes on Tanner Thomas as the heater scrapes the top of the zone. And Tanner swings through the 1-2. Donnie with a pair of Ks. Nasty splitter there to get his second punch out. Two spot for the Animals. Noah Fisher hoping to make it more. The left fielder holding down the 6th spot in the order with the ball and a strike. Really nice 2-seam movement on a 4-seam fastball that Donnie throws because his 2-seamers actually move too much. Struck well, backhanded by Cox between the legs. Transfer strike to first. And that will end the threat, but the Animals pile on 2 runs and have a great chance to earn the first point today.
A laborious inning for Jared Donaldson. 31 pitches in the first inning, 6 minutes and 53 seconds. But Donaldson picks up 2 strikeouts, induces a trick play despite the Animals scoring 2.
We've already seen the Party Animals lineup. Let's get a look at how they line up defensively. Left to right in the outfield, Fisher, Hampton, and Skoll. Third to first in the infield, Bloomer, Acuff, Baber, and Swan. And of course, handling the catching duties is Cosgrove.
Well, we mentioned the DR Meadows close to 100 trick plays this season. He is currently in a race with Chase Acuff to see which one reaches triple digits. Second on this year's World Tour, Acuff 12 shy of 100 for the Party Animals. And Bryson Bloomer continues to have a stellar season defensively at the hot corner, up to 51 trick plays for these guys.
And at the middle of it all, Garrett Delano with his 2 trick plays, one of the most consistent starting pitchers in our young sports history. The 2018 Collegiate Banana here in his 4th World Tour with the boys in black and pink.
This is his tour leading 17th start. He's got 3 wins and 2 losses, but was handed a really tough loss last Thursday in Grand Rapids. Despite throwing 5 innings and allowing 6 runs on 5 hits, he only got 1 run of support while he lost 2 points on the pitcher's mound. Still, he has a 1.14 ERA plus this season, indicating he's been 14% better than the tour average arm.
Delano with a fastball for strike 1 to David Ray Meadows. He's taken over the lead on the tour in batting average. Went 4 for 6 with a double and a ball 4 sprint in Cincinnati against the Texas Tailgaters, hitting .371 now on the year. On a hop, Baber trying to go behind the back. Wow, just in time. DR can fly. Babe's able to pull off the trick play. Out number one.
Well, we saw a very similar situation happen last weekend in Cincinnati in game 2. The ball game started a roller to Travis Monyo at second. He tried an aggressive trick play, and Meadows hustling down the line beat it out. This time you see a little more urgency from Dustin Baber to throw it over to Jason Swan and record that out.
Two-seamer in there for strike one to Kyle Jackson. Making a ball and a strike. It's been an insane first full season of banana ball for KJ, hitting .365. Third best on the tour, just 6 points behind the doctor for the tour lead. And he's still rocking a .505 on base percentage. Reaching base a little bit more than every other time he gets up there. Can't ask for anything more from your guy hitting second. He gets a 2-2 from Delano. Doesn't bite, count is full. After the 2-2 changeup, what's Delano go to here? Back to the fastball, smoke through the 4-hole. KJ is gonna have a big turn at first. Skull's got a cannon, and KJ respects it. A knock with one down.
That's the right call from Kyle Jackson. Now you bring the tying run in the inning up to the plate in Dan Oberst, who has been phenomenal here in Grayson Stadium. And Jackson worked an incredible plate appearance to extend his on-base streak to 13 games now.
The Bananas designated hitter here in his 7th year in Banana Land. Can't complain with the numbers. Hitting .305, you saw the .920 OPS. Up to 7 bombs now on the season. He brings the thump. Healthy hack against his jiu-jitsu sparring partner. It's a 2-1 count. In on the hands, driven deep out to left center. Room to play for Reese Hampton. Tries to go behind the back. Oh, he boofs it. KJ had a great read. He'll end up at third. Oberst into second. Huge trick play missed. Gives the Bananas the inning tying run in scoring position.
Well, the way in which Reese Hampton was tracking that ball in left center field kind of looked like he was going to go for one of those signature behind the back trick plays. The only problem is wasn't able to fully complete it, and almost looked like for a second he was hesitant whether he was going to commit to that ball or not, which is definitely always a problem and usually leads to one of those trick plays missed.
Robert Anthony Cruz, after a great take on the changeup to start the count, gets the same pitch. Swings over top of it. Big spot here for Rack. Anders chasing 2 runs in the first with 2 ducks on the pond and a 2-1 count now. Former Nationals minor leaguer. With the 2-2 count, pitcher's pitch. Cutter scrapes the outside corner. Delano, a 5-pitch guy, 3 different fastballs, the bender and a change. That ball deep to right. Robert Anthony Cruz flies out to the track. Skull fires it in. It'll be a sac fly as KJ crosses home. And Oberst advances to third. The inning lead cut in half, but the Nanners with only 1 out to work with now.
Well, bat flip in case it does leave the yard. Rack unable to get this one out past that right field wall, but nonetheless, a very productive out for Cruz. And now a man 90 feet away from scoring as Oberst also able to advance successfully.
Reese Alexiadis hitting .340, .421 on base percentage here in his 2nd World Tour. Healthy hack is behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Delano looking for a big K. Reese has been tough to strike out this year. It happens right there. That is a sword. Delano, high heat, big K. Party Animals lead 1-0.
Just throw them off guard if you're Garrett Delano. Alexiadis probably expecting changeup low in the turf there, and Delano gasses them up with the high heater to earn the Party Animals the first point of the ball game.
Animals, another excellent start in Savannah, where they are 13-4 on the year against the Bananas. And let's take a look at some Banana Ball basics. We're talking about inning walk-offs. And what a job this Party Animal squad has been able to do in their 8 games as the home team so far on the year.
Yeah, it's been really impressive to see what the Party Animals have done early on their headlining tour, averaging almost 3.5 walk-offs per game. You see, across the season, the Bananas have been the home team every game this season. They're currently averaging 2.8. You look at the top 3, Cruz, Cox, and Alexiadis for the Savannah Bananas. But already, guys like Andy Cosgrove and Reese Hampton are on their heels. It is an insane pace for those two individuals specifically to start this Party Animals headlining tour, and I don't think you can rule out the fact that a Party Animal could lead 2025 in walk-offs for the first time ever.
Well, yeah, just talking about a pace here. Cosgrove, 8 walk-offs in 8 games. If a Banana had that, they'd have 40 right now and would be looking for 41 here this afternoon. I mean, it's pretty unreal. Hampton, the same goes for him. And just no surprise at all to see Jason Swan in that top 3. One of the most clutch hitters in Banana Ball history, leads off the top of the second inning here for the Party Animals.
Look, if anything, walk-offs are just going to tell you the guys who are doing the best batting with runners in scoring position on the tour. As Swanee first pitch skies this into right field, and Super Reese breaks out the tornado catch, the second of the ball game for the Savannah Bananas.
Reese Alexiadis, mean mugging. It's been awful fun to see the variety of celebrations from the pride of Manhattan Beach, California, here in his second tour. Been doing an excellent job on the social medias, as the kids call them. Mixing it up, keeping the people locked in, tapped in on what he's got, from SpongeBob to One Piece. Little Super Mario Bros.
Super Smash Bros.
Fire me up. 2-2 count on Grayson Bloomer, facing his former collegiate Bananas teammate. Donnie looking for a bounce back inning. That's a great take as the count runs full. And he works the sprint. Bloomer, with an excellent eye at the dish, is also going to be content with one base, just like Hampton did in the first inning. He'll trust the boys behind him to try and bring him home.
And he's still the man leading the World Tour in stolen bases overall. You've got to feel pretty shaky about the fact that you just gave him a free base. Now he could try and earn more with Dustin Baber now standing in the box.
This one skied in the infield. Jackson Olsen with an emphatic call. Coming on in, tries to go behind the back. Oh no, tough ricochet. And it's gonna be a trick play missed. Bloomer able to scamper up to second. Holy moly. And what should have been out number 2, instead leaves 2 men on, still with 1 down.
That is a really tricky situation because normally you don't expect such a large bounce if you're unable to catch that ball. Of course, with the turf, you do get a much friendlier bounce. And if that's the case, you need to make sure that Ryan Cox is on second base. Eric Jones Jr. is backing up Jackson Olsen, and Jared Donaldson is the man covering first if you have any chance at grabbing an out at one of those 2 bases.
Now Armando Becerra, Bloomer swipes third. Baber follows him to second. The tour-leading 19th stolen base has only been caught twice for Grayson Bloomer. Baber, for his part, his 6th steal of the year. Infield in now, and Mondo works the sprint. That'll drive in 2, and he gets close to halfway to second before reversing course and heading back to first after a 2-run first inning for the Animals. They follow it up, 2 more here in the second.
Yeah, much of the damage in the first inning was on Jared Donaldson, but here in the second, the Jackson Olsen trick play miss looms very large, and it also doesn't help when we haven't seen Jared Donaldson with the best control early in today's ball game, and when that's the case, you've got to make sure that you are grabbing shore outs behind a guy.
Kicking off for second was Mondo. He has to head back to first after the foul ball from Reese Hampton, who started the game with the sprint, swiped second himself. Came around to score on the Skull ground rule double. This one flicked into center. Meadows falls down and it bounces over his head. Oh, a disastrophe. Becerra's going to score easily from first. Hampton's going to end up on third. Turf Monster got DR. And now 3 runs home in the second for the Animals.
Well, the turf hurt the Bananas after the Olsen trick play missed, had that ball dribble away. Now it eats up DR Meadows. What is really difficult is Meadows, know it's tough to get back up after falling on that turf, but you've got to show more hustle going after that banana ball. That's why Reese Hampton is already on third base for the Party Animals. I was thinking he might even have a shot at it inside the Parker because of the lack of hustle from Meadows.
Infield in for the second time this inning. Sal Jacobo ahead 2-0 as Donnie's trying to find that groove. This one lifted to shallow right. Alexiadis has a cannon. And Hampton won't even deke. Perfect one hopper to the dish from Reese for out number 2. And Jake Skoll digs in, bounced the ball over the left field fence his first time. Well, amidst the madness, Downey 3 runs home in the inning, not going to stop him from dancing with Cox and Olsen on the mound. I would expect this means this will be the last frame of work for Donaldson. Towering fly ball for Skoll. Moseying over is Super Reese, and he'll grab it. No time for trickery, down 3 runs already in the inning. He's going to give his offense the best chance possible to try and even this up or shock the Party Animals with 4 more runs.
Yeah, you see Donnie struggle, you see the high fly ball in right field with the sun in your face. You're not going to try any funny business. You just got to hope that your bats come alive in the bottom half of the inning to respond.
Middle of the second, let's get it down to Sam Bauman with DR.
Hey, Miko, Josh, yeah, DR Meadows, kind of the father of the backflip. We saw every sort of different backflip, side flip, barehanded backflip in Cincinnati. Watching these young kids come out here and do backflips of their own, what's it mean to you?
It's kind of special. I mean, to land it in 2022 and see it become a normal thing now is, you know, up in the standards of banana ball, and it's just fun to watch guys work so hard like Indy Stanley, man. Like, I did grind it all off season to do a backflip, and he got to land a backflip catch, and Rat coming out here and just doing crazy stuff, so it's awesome to see.
DR, I know last year the goal was triple digits on trick plays. You're getting pretty close already this year. What would hitting that milestone mean for you?
It'd mean everything. I was too short last year, and that kind of hurt. So this year, I wasn't gonna, you know, let that hang around, and we're gonna nail it early.
Aside from just hitting triple digits, you got a chance to catch and beat Chase Acuff. Would you like to be the second one in triple digits this year?
Whatever happens, happens. I know Acuff's an infielder. He'll get more opportunities than I will, but, you know, when it happens, it happens.
Guys, DR Meadows, always humble, but I'll tell you, the backflip daddy here. You got a lot of kids out there.
Praise the Lord.
What does that mean? Oh, I get it. It took me a second. The backflip daddy. So he's got 6 kids.
The back daddy.
Yeah, I like that.
It doesn't quite work. You've got to have the flip in there, too.
Well, you got the Mac Daddy.
Right, and that's what I was trying to allude to there.
Yeah, Mac Danford. Boy, am I fired up as we start the bottom of the 2nd inning. Ryan Cox against Garrett Delano on a couple hops. Dustin Baber pulling off the professor against the man who invented the trick play. And 2 pitches into the frame, 1 down for the Animals. I am thrilled to see what happens this weekend up in Richmond, Virginia, home of the Flying Squirrels for the first ever Firefighters, first Tailgaters series. What a thrill that's going to be to keep track of as the Party Animals and Bananas do battle tomorrow night and Saturday night as well here in Savannah.
It's kind of a series that's going to be, I think, similar to what we saw between the Bananas and Tailgaters last weekend. Again, we know the Tailgaters can mash at the plate. Firefighters pitching for the most part this season has been pretty solid, but they definitely got to clean things up defensively.
Okobo, smooth as silk, between the legs transfer, takes care of Eric Jones Jr. And that's 5 pitches, 2 ground balls induced, 2 trick plays for the boys in black and pink. Late work for Garrett Delano, who now stares down Correll Prime, who stands in between Delano in a 1-2-3 frame.
Well, Delano has allowed a tour high 11 home runs this season and has just not kept the ball on the ground like he has in years past. So it's really good to see early on in today's contest. He has already induced 3 groundouts, and all of them have included trick plays.
Back up the middle, Correll Prime says, no 1-2-3 inning for you. Nice piece of hitting from the former Rockies minor leaguer. He's having himself a fine first full season of Banana Ball. Really can't complain with a guy hitting 286, couple bombs, couple doubles. Playing sparingly offensively as Ty Jackson, the Bananas designated runner with flash off for the weekend, takes over for Prime at first.
Don't worry, he still did the handshake just like Flash. So he's not going to be forgotten this weekend by any means.
Long story short on Prime, as Leroy fouls the fastball away, I think his offensive numbers, even though they are super solid so far, are going to look really good by the time the tour ends. We had Ty out on the Party Plaza with us this morning. Little 9:53 a.m. out on the plaza. What a day to have
Good
a day.
morning.
And that guy was a ball of energy. Unsurprising. Bill Leroy out in front of this. Good juice, bad direction. Into the kid zone, 1-2 count on the 8-year Banana.
Well, I think going back to Correll Prime and those offensive numbers, I just think the more that he can get into a routine of batting, of course the Bananas have used him so much as a pitcher. It's very tough to two-way and feel like you're getting in a rhythm when you're pitching as much as you're batting. If they can pencil him in just a little more regularly, he'll find his stroke for sure.
Nice piece of hitting there by Bill Leroy. Pulled on the changeup, keeps the bat head through the zone, and floats that one into left for a flared single. So Prime and Leroy, couple 2-out knocks. Just like that, Jackson Olsen, who had a home run a couple weekends ago in Charlotte, starting to heat up, is the tying run in the inning.
And let's not forget, his first home run of the year came here in Grayson Stadium against the man on the mound, Garrett Delano.
Look out! Golly, what an athletic play by Cosgrove behind the dish. Pretty nonchalant dodge there by Olsen. Heater up by the moneymaker for a guy with a couple million plus followers on social media. Could care less. Two balls and a strike. Olsen, a dangerous man, hiding at the bottom of this order. What a swing. Holy moly, nasty pitch from Delano. Jacobo calling off. Bloomer will clean it up. 2 men stranded by the Nanners. Party Animals skunk the Bananas in the 2nd inning, and they lead 2-0 now.
The start the Animals were looking for, again, after a slow offensive series in Grand Rapids. Already 5 runs in this contest and 2 points on the board.
Banana Band blasting away in the grandstands below us. Party Animals squad. This is the first of their final 3 games in Grayson Stadium this year until the Tour Championship in early October. They're about to turn into road warriors. The Nanners, for their part, including today, have 9 games left in Grayson. The 3 this weekend against the Party Animals, 3 in early July against the Visitors, and then 3 against the Firefighters. Legend of the chat, Celtics fan 617, says, an Uptown Funk, come give it to us. Come on now, stop playing with it. Funkable. Well, minus 10 points for Biko for predicting that Donnie would be done after 2 laborious innings. He's faced 13 batters so far, has 4, 5, and 6 in the order here. Big boppers, Cosgrove, Thomas, and Fisher. And Andy fouls the first pitch off.
13 batters and now 53 pitches into this ball game. He's got to be very efficient here in this inning as he continues to pound splitters in the turf. Nothing unusual for Jared Donaldson, but Bill Arroyo, slightly late reaction that almost cost him and Jared Donaldson a base runner as Cosgrove thought about swiping first.
Next pitch, high pop, shallow right, Olsen out, and he'll make the catch while battling the sun. So Cosgrove an RBI single his first time. Donnie takes care of the former Twins minor leaguer here, and Tanner Thomas, who went down swinging his first time, steps in.
Well, it just seems like Olsen learned his lesson from the last inning, opting not to try any trick play, and also you can tell he wasn't going to go for it. He's got this kind of giveaway when he does go for the trick play, a little pat on the glove before he'll try the behind-the-back catch.
0-2 count on the 2018 and 19 Collegiate Banana out of Fleming Island, Florida. Banner in his 4th World Tour. Doesn't even think about the high heat. That one just misses the inside corner. Chris Walker, our home plate umpire, usually has a little bit of a larger zone than Vincent Chapman.
And that's exactly why you saw such an exaggerated frame there from Bill, and even kind of set his body up already in the inside part of his box to see if he could nail that call.
Full count now. And the payoff is swung on and missed. Tanner furious. Spikes the bat as he heads back to the dugout. Victim of the splitter. Second time today that Donnie's got him on his best pitch.
3rd strikeout of the ball game for Jared Donaldson, and 9 pitches in, has 2 outs in just 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So this is definitely the rebound that he was hoping for.
He's got to get through Noah Fisher. This is a great start ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Fish struck the ball well his first time, but straight to Cox at short. And this one is gonna dunk in over the diving attempt of the glove magician. Looks like a screamer in your scorebook at home. Fish doing a job. Get bat on ball, put it in play, good things will happen. He's aboard with 2 down.
That's just another one of those situations where you ask yourself if Ryan Cox was possibly thinking about a trick play try. We've seen him so many times try the bare hand catch out there in the shallow outfield, couldn't commit, and then last second tries to lay out and catch it with the glove. Not to be.
Can't wait to see what this one looks like on Party Animals social media with Jason Swan handling the camera duties. Little rock that body. Another Black Eyed Peas walk up. My people right there. I was jamming to the Peas as a kid. Jason Swan jamming to him right now. Another excellent piece of hitting. There are a few guys in Banana Ball who use every part of the field as well as Swanee. After he skied into a tornado catch from Alexiadis his first time. A firm single to right here. Off the end of the bat though, Bryson Bloomer. A mile high to left. Robert Anthony Cruz, backflip catch with 2 men aboard. Risky business. Cruz pulls off the rack flip, and we'll get another gander. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time,
There it is. And let's get it on down to the field.
Callahan.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Today, we are celebrating the Martin family. Christy Martin became a single foster mom when she heard about the need for foster families in Savannah. She is a special needs therapist and is licensed as a therapeutic foster home, so she is able to provide care for foster children with special needs. She has been licensed for 2 years and has welcomed 6 children into her home. Fans, please help us celebrate the Martin family for making a difference in the foster care community.
Always a beautiful scene when we get to celebrate the superheroes in the foster care community. And extra special when we get to do it back here in the 9-1-2. And for the first time this afternoon, Garrett Delano with no run support. It was a 2-1 inning win for the Animals in the first, then 3-0 in the second. Now Delano's got the top of the order here in the bottom of the third inning. Has to put up a 0 to maintain the 2-point lead.
Yep, feels like one of those situations that's finally advantageous for the Bananas. They're going second time through the order. Everybody's seen what Delano's got going on. And they get it started with DR Meadows, who has multiple hits in 17 of his 40 games in 2025.
.2-0 count on DR. Doesn't bite on the cutter nor the four seam. Off the end of the bat. Reese Hampton, a long run, and wow, that's going to fall in there. Hampton and Fisher kind of both looking at each other. And the doctor starting to add a little oomph. That's his second double across the last 3 games.
Perfect placement for DR Meadows, and sure, he benefited a little bit from miscommunication from Fisher and Hampton. Nonetheless, great hustle gets him into second base, and now big knock from Kyle Jackson. The Bananas cut into this Party Animals lead and have cut this Party Animals lead in half.
Kyle Jackson roped the ball to right his first time. Behind 0-1. And make it 0-2. Chance for the fans here. They do not catch it. In fact, they scramble out of the way. Fair enough. KJ coming off a 3 walk-off season. Check that series of the 2 games at Cincinnati back in his home state. As Maceo pulls off the wrecking ball dance in 0-2. Guy is just so dialed in. It seems just about always live up to the moment.
And especially so when they're runners in scoring position. Jackson 8 for 15 with guys at second or third, and also 6 ball 4 sprints as well.
Big 2-2 here. Delano does not want to go to a 3-ball count. Gets the strikeout. Goes to the heater, sneaks it by K-Jack. Well executed 2-seamer, big first out.
That was the out pitch against Reese Alexiadis in the first inning to escape a jam. Now it's what sets KJ Jackson down. You've got to see if Garrett Delano continues to try and pump that high cheddar and induce more swing and miss.
There goes DR for third. Cosgrove with a fadeaway throw. Never had a chance. Not a great pitch to throw on. Andy kind of doing the only thing he could in the situation. And DR, a very impressive 13th steal in 14 attempts this year. Forces the Animals to bring the infield in. Ball and no strikes to the DH.
Lovers batting .306, 4 home runs, 11 batted in here in Grayson Stadium this season. But skies this one on top of the roof and out of play.
We'll never forget DR going 27 for 27 in his stolen base tries, summer 2022. As a collegiate Banana in 20 games played. It's just one of the most absurd stats you'll ever see. He's always got that ability in him, and being a part of Tyler Gilliam's green light special base running system just seems like a match made in heaven.
And he did that in just half of that Bananas season in 2022. He came mid-season as an addition after they lost some guys to the MLB draft.
Dan Oberst trying to do a job. This is a shallow fly ball, and Skoll has a howitzer. Cut off by Swan. Meadows never stood a chance. Dan not able to get it deep enough. Huge second out for Delano and the Animals. That means the inning in the hands of Robert Anthony Cruz. Tested the limits of historic Grayson Stadium. Fell short of what would have been a walk-off 3-run shot in the first by a few feet. It was a sacrifice fly.
Well, if it's me right now, I'm changing my approach as Robert Anthony Cruz. He's always trying to swing from the fences, has a very long swing, but you've got a guy on third with 2 outs. Just shorten up, try and put in play, and hope it falls to record a walk-off for your squad.
Chance for the fans. Won't make a play. Boy, Rack extended the strike zone. That would have been ball 2, but Delano's got so much movement on all of his pitches. He is so deceptive. Thing looks like it's a strike for 95% of its trip to the dish. Then darts out of the zone at the last second. Rack not fooled by that heater, though, and back ahead 2-1. Healthy swing and a miss. Delano a strike away from escaping a spooky situation. Inning-winning run 90 feet away. Manners really need a response here. Deuce is wild. Rack runs the count full. Payoff pitch. The inning hangs in the balance. Strokes down the right field line. Robert Anthony Cruz comes through in the clutch. His tour leading 15th walk-off. And the Nanners cut the deficit in half.
Breaks him out of a tie with Ryan Cox for the tour lead. And it's Cruz working an excellent plate appearance and getting the payoff pitch over the heart of the plate and keeping it fair to cut this animal's lead in half.
And Maceo will lead the boys in a little boogie. Let's get another look at the Robert Anthony Cruz walk-off double down the right field line. Smooth swing, and as Josh recommended, he took a little bit off of it. He does the job. It's a 2-1 Party Animals lead. We'll get it down to Isaac on the field.
His son, Ronan, and this is what's going to happen. We're going to give Ronan a head start. He's going to get to run all around this field, and while that's happening, Scott over here is going to be dizzying and dizzying, and when we let him go, he's going to try to catch his son with a net. All right, Ronan, are you ready? All right, on your marks, get set, go! All right, Scott, we need you to dizzy faster than that. All right, you keep going, Ronan. Keep going, my buddy. All right. Scott, how we feeling? You keep dizzying, you know. You keep going. Oh, Scott, get up. Get up. I didn't tell you to stop. All right, you get that net. You get that net. Run out. You got to go try to catch. All right, go get Ronan. Ronan, you don't have to run the bases, Scott. You don't have to run the bases. Ronan, you're about to get caught. Come on, let's hear it for Ronan! Uh-oh, and we got him! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. He has been caught by a pickle.
Caught in a pickle, Josh. Get it? Oh my gosh, kids.
I'd kill for a pickle right now, man.
I love pickles.
Just a nice big pickle slice.
Andy Archer.
A nice sub sandwich.
Yeah, I bet Andy Archer would kill for a pickle too. But without a pickle, he's allowed to come out of the pen. First guy in relief for the Nanners this afternoon.
Climbing the hill for the 19th time on tour, has a 2.25 earned run average thus far in June, and has not issued a ball four sprint this month.
That's very good.
Opponent's batting .265 against Archer. He's got a 116 MPI plus, 16% quicker than tour average.
Dustin Baber off the end of the bat. Deep to left, Robert Anthony Cruz, another backflip catch. 2 for the price of 1 ball game. We're not even halfway through it. Rack breaking out the acrobatics.
It is now posted back-to-back games with multiple trick plays. 3 of the last 4 have been of the rack flip variety, and the other a tip drill over to DR Meadows.
That's now back-to-back outs for the Bananas, recorded via rack flips. Can we get 3 in a row? Armando Becerra never expected that ball to go to the backstop. He was locked into the battle with Andy Archer. So does an attempt to steal first. Had a big 2-run ball 4 sprint his first time. And lines this one out to left center. DR Meadows cannot get there. Look out, split on the run. Strongest banana in the world nearly interferes with the play. Shows off the wheels though, as does Mondo, cruising in with an easy stand-up double.
I don't know if you could ask for anything better from the guy buried in your 10-hole in the lineup. A 2-run ball 4 sprint from Mondo in the second, and now a double into the left center gap in the 4th.
I mean, he could have had a 3-run homer his first time and a solo homer right here. I think that's
just greedy, man. What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying, you said I don't know how you could ask for better. No, I completely agree. 3 balls and no strikes. Now on Reese Hampton. And Archer in danger of giving up that first sprint in a long time. Able to battle back, runs it from 3-0 to 3-2. Wow, Becerra was far off second. Cox thought he was going to have him on a pickoff attempt. Instead, this ball driven out to right. Ty Jackson on the run. He can't get there. Mondo's going to score easily. And Hampton on his horse into second. Back-to-back stand-up doubles And the Animals have now pushed runs across in 3 out of the 4 innings today.
This is the conundrum that I myself continue to find in the way in which the Bananas play in Grayson Stadium. We mentioned early in the show the Party Animals outpacing them in home runs. They also outpaced them in extra base hits as they just tried the pong shot.
It's been a while.
Unsuccessful. Boy, that threw me off guard. I am okay.
Yeah.
It's actually the most okay I've been in a long time after the pong shot.
You were mid-thought, and all of a sudden, they go into something that's brought you a lot of distress this year. A lot of distress.
But getting back to my point,
yes,
so
please.
many extra base hits for the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium. In some way, the Bananas just do not play the right center and left center gaps here well at all. You see so many balls that trickle into those spots and lead to the Party Animals getting 2 or 3 bases.
Swing and a miss from Sal Jacobo. Nice bounce back from Andy Archer. After the back-to-back doubles, he picks up his first strikeout of the afternoon. And we'll celebrate with the Hunger Games whistle. A little Mockingjay action. And Jake Skoll in there. RBI double his first time. Deep fly out to right his last trip. He's got a ball and a strike on him. The Hunger Games, number 25 on Beco's best movies of all time. I count series just as one movie.
Wow.
Yeah. 25, pretty good.
Never better than Lord of the Rings. Come on now.
No, that's 1-1, obviously. Skoll with a little flare towards center. Jackson Olsen, he can't get there. Hampton can fly. He's going to come in from second. And Scully with one of the softer knocks in his illustrious banana ball career. It does the job. And now the Animals have scored multiple runs in 3 out of 4 innings today.
Well, everything's falling the right way for the Party Animals in today's game, and we talked about the Bananas not being in the gaps of this outfield very well. It just feels like regardless of where they line up defensively, the Party Animals are able to find that spot where they aren't.
Rack a long run. He will haul it in and dispose of Andy Cosgrove, but not after an RBI double from Hampton, an RBI single from Skoll. Animals with a 1-point lead, trying to double it. It'll be Alexiadis, Cox, and EJ for the Nanners in the bottom of the 4th as we hey baby here in historic Grayson Stadium.
All right, here we go. It is now tradition time here in Banana Land. So we need everybody up and on your feet. Everybody on your feet, because it's time for a little hey baby. Here we go, Shark. Come on, let's get those hands clapping. Here we go, everybody. This is very good, very good. Hands up.
Well, we hey baby here in Grayson. I have to dive into the chat because after announcing Hunger Games has the number 25 spot on my all-time movies list, for reference, it's right in between The Chronicles of Narnia at 24 and Sinners at 26.
Wow.
Yeah, great movie.
Sinners,
yeah,
huge.
Sinners was awesome. I mean, it's tough. It's right behind two real good. What do you call them? It's not a trilogy. There's more than 3 movies in the Hunger Games. A franchise? Hunger Games franchise? Yeah, sounds right to me, right?
You mean Narnia franchise?
Well, either way. Okay. Either way. Yeah, same. I'm wondering about both.
Right.
I don't know how many Narnia movies there are. There's like 9 books. I read a ton of
Don't
them
ask me,
as a
man.
kid.
I
They
don't
were
know
great.
that trivia question.
Lizzie Hunsaker says Hunger Games was one of the best book-to-movie adaptations I've ever seen, so thank you for the support. And I haven't put a ton of thought into this list. I am sure if I really rack my brain to every movie I've ever seen, Hunger Games would probably move down to like more around the 50 spot. I feel like I've got another 25 movies out there that I haven't been able to bring to the forefront of my mind. But I've got 82 right now. Number 82 is Journey to the Center of the
I
Earth.
love that you put that much thought and effort into something.
Yep, just ahead of Fast and Furious, and Olympus Has Fallen.
Biko will soon release his 82 favorite banana ball players, folks, so stay on the lookout for that one.
Oh, man. How about Ty Jackson? Look at that outfit. Ty Jackson, that's a top 10 favorite banana ball player of all time from Biko Scala. But 1-1 obviously is Kevin Hickey, Mr. Ballon Hands.
Yeah.
Perfect timing for Barry Aldridge to jump into the booth and present Josh now with pickles.
Oh, yeah.
Pickle in a pouch. Are these in Grayson Stadium? They have to be. Did he go to a gas station? Like,
That is...
here are the pickles, by the way. He must have been watching at home and stopped at a gas station or something. Here's the pickles, by the way, folks. There you go. Unbelievable. What a world we live in. Good battle here between Delano and Ty coming off the bench. Swinging it for Super Reese in the 5-hole. And goes down swinging. Nasty bender from Delano. Cosgrove between the legs on the strikeout.
I mean, the out is Delano's.
Okay, good to know.
I don't think so.
Okay. For now, no trick play for Andy Cosgrove as Delano gets his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. If a stink is made of it, we will bring it to the Council of Trick Plays. Get Blake and Riley involved. If it really gets crazy, Byro Gill and Baba and company can bless us with their thoughts. I mean, we take these things seriously. We've invented a sport here. We're living in the house as we build it.
And I'm thinking about it actively.
Yes.
Processing.
Yeah,
it is
of course.
very difficult for catchers to obtain trick plays.
That's right.
That's the one argument I see in favor of Cosgrove right now.
That was a filthy changeup. 1-2 count on Ryan Cox, who leads the tour with a 2.4 strikeout percentage. Insane. I mean, just absolutely bonkers. Good check swing. Delano's got his A+ stuff today. That was another disgusting changeup. Now the count is full. Payoff pitch, just misses. Cox earns the sprint. And that will bring the inning tying run up to the plate in the form of the Bananas' all-time home run leader, Eric Jones Jr.
Well, the perfect man you want up to try and see if he can tie up this frame, but as far as 2025 goes, EJ just 3 for 18 against Garrett Delano this year.
Big swing and a miss from the former Mariners and Twins minor leaguer. 2-seam movement on that Delano fastball. So deceptive. Chopper to short, could be 2. Jacobo to Baber between the legs. A double play, a trick play for Derek Ginger. And Delano punches the ticket on another Party Animals point. They lead 3-1 after 4.
It's another ground ball in the ball game for Garrett Delano, and another Party Animals trick play at that. Perfect feed from Jacobo to Baber, and just enough time for a between the legs transition as well.
Four innings in the books. A point has been scored every frame today. 3 of them going to the Animals, 1 for the Nanners. And we're nearly halfway through this Party Animals team that has won 8 straight games here in historic Grayson Stadium. Trying to make it 9 in a row. Talked about it earlier today, but This is the final 3 games that the Animals get in Savannah until the Tour Championship in early October, where we very much expect the Party Animals to get the #1 overall seed. Seeding will go by winning percentage, and that would mean they would have home field advantage throughout the Tour Championship.
I think if the Party Animals wind up with the sweep today or this weekend against the Savannah Bananas, regardless of the fact that they won't play another game in this ballpark, they are going to enter October with so much confidence once they get back here in Savannah.
They were able to push 2 across on Andy Archer in the 4th. Now it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 in the order to start the 5th. Tanner Thomas, Noah Fisher, Jason Swan. Tanner must be thrilled that Jared Donaldson's out of the ballgame. Struck out both times against the Bananas splitter specialist. Fastball in there for strike 1 from Andy, who also, just like Delano on the other side of the coin, throws 4-seam, 2-seam, and cut fastballs. The difference, Archer works in a split changeup compared to Delano's circle change. As this one peppered on the ground, diving stop, Jackson Olsen flipped between the legs. A web gem and a trick play, 2 for 1. Jackie flashing the leather.
Beautiful play from Jackson Olsen. Able to slide over to his left to make an outstanding grab, and then after that has the wherewithal to transition this one, or throw it, I should say, under his legs on a hop to Correll Prime. He digs that one out. A fantastic trick play for Olsen.
Robs Tanner Thomas of a knock. Now a ball and no strikes on Noah Fisher. 1 for 2, singled his last time. Just got to play banana ball in his home state for the first time. The Madison Heights, Michigan native earns the sprint. 5 pitches for them, bad ones. He's testing the Banana sprint defense and will be at second standing up. Not a smooth transition from the Bananas infielders. And that's the first Party Animal with the sprint to get 2 bases on it today.
Well, almost 18% of Fisher's overall ball force sprints, he's gotten 2 or more bases. That gets juiced up a little more as Swan rolls this over to Kyle Jackson. Smooth between the legs transition, and a second out in the inning for Andy Archer and company.
That's the combo of banana ball and baseball skills that you just love to see in this sport. Pulls off the trick play, shows the baseball IQ, looking Fisher back to second, and then finishes up to take care of Swan at first as Bryson Bloomer is behind 0-1. Ball and a strike on the Bloomer. He earned a sprint his last time. The 1-2. Count is evened up. Spooky heater there from Big Arch. Party Animals dugout going crazy to some Skinner. And while Freebird blares the payoff pitch, Bloomer down the right field line, it's gonna fall foul just by a couple feet. And we'll get another 3-2 offering. Earns the sprint once again. Second of the ball game for Bloomer. He grabs his first stake as Fisher comes on home from second. And this Animals offense relentless, taking what the Bananas pitchers have gifted them. They've scored in 4 of the 5 innings today, and will attempt the Pong Cup for a second time this afternoon. Noah Fisher. Here we go. No! Disgusting. Nowhere close.
See, now that time I was ready for it. I built myself up to get really excited.
Yes.
Man, you would think a team called the Party Animals, the Party Animals,
Right.
would crush a party game.
Well, Baber's got one of the beer bats. He's going to empty it out.
I need this pickle so bad right now, man. I need something to take the edge off.
Oh, man. The Party Animals have pledged that they're only going to continue this tradition in Savannah. So this is the last weekend for them to try and pull this off. Rack checking the wall on the run. Hauls that one in. Good poke by Baber. But retired by Cruz. After the Animals push another run across, they've got a chance to extend their lead in points if they can blank the Nanos at the bottom of the fifth.
Two gentlemen here who were a little upset when I crowned the princesses of the game earlier, and they did not have a chance to compete. But to give them a fighting chance, I had to get their voice from prince range to princess range. So I have given them each a balloon full of helium, and they are going to sing some princess songs for us. So we're going to cheer for our loudest friends. All right, up first, I've got my friend Mike from Pittsburgh. Mike, how do you feel about it, my friend?
Nervous.
All right, Shark, he's nervous. Hit it with it.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew.
Give it up for Mike, everybody. That's going to be tough to beat, but I think my friend Terry's got it. And Terry, how do you feel?
Amazing, ready to go.
All right, Shark, he's ready. Hit it.
Under the sea, way down where it's wetter. Take it gets better. Take it from me.
Terry, very nicely done. But wait, this just in. I hear we have a third princess competing. Her name is Eliana. Everybody welcome her to the field. Here she is. She brought her friend Super Split with her. Eliana, we're going to sing a song together. Are you ready, my friend? Let's go. Hit it, Shark. Princess of Banana Land.
Dominating performance there from Eliana. As we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, congratulations to Banana Land's next princess. She rocked it. Orlando's got the bottom three in the Bananas lineup. One pitch to Grell Prime, deep to center, but Reese Hampton jogging in. Takes care of the can of corn. Nice start to Delano's fifth inning of work today.
Perfect pitch from Garrett Delano on his first offering to Grell Prime. Throw him a bender, he gets under it a little bit, too much launch angle, and it's a quick one pitch, one out for the Party Animals.
Noah Nisnik currently in the left-handed batter's box, which must mean we've got something special coming from Bill Leroy. Our second Black Eyed Peas walk-up of the afternoon. Swanee rocking that body. Leroy's got a feeling. Man, fourth grade Biko would be losing his mind here. He was at Grayson Stadium today. 28-year-old Biko's pretty excited too. Just not in the prime of my Black Eyed Peas fandom anymore. Look out, Bill. Nice limbo abilities on display. He singled his first time. Every Nanner who comes to the dish here in the fifth will represent the inning tying run. as Leroy works the count to 2-2. From 0-2 to 3-2. Got to expect Delano's going back to the heat here. The payoff. It's the fastball. Bill was ready, but Fisher able to adjust. A basket catch. Going back on it for the second out.
Well, you credit Bill Leroy for being pesky nonetheless there against Garrett Delano. He has worked so many good plate appearances across the last month and a half. The OBP over 400 for Bill in that span. Unfortunately, not able to get on for a second time today.
Jackson Olsen popped out his first time. This is the last chance for the Nanners here in the 5th. As we've talked about, this is Delano's 4th World Tour. He's no dummy. It's 1 billion degrees today in Savannah. He's not going to be rushed. Take some time to clear the sweat off with the towel on the mound. That looks like it would have been a home run if it was fair. It's about 70 feet foul. I mean, Delano, this is a Brown-educated man. Ivy League through and through. And the hair was even longer during his time in Providence, Rhode Island.
That was some hair that Bananas Foster would have loved to have cut.
If you're interested, you got to take a look at his headshot on his Brown player page. It is special. It's kind of a little bit of a business in the front, party in the back. It's the craziest party in the back you've ever seen. 2-2. And another full count. Nanners hitters making Delano work. See what Olsen gets on the payoff. Fouled straight back, got the fastball, just missed it. Another 3-2. Spoiled again. Delano, 4 years at Brown before finishing up at Mercer. Great fight here with Olsen. Reese Hampton back on it, and he'll grab it. 3 flyouts for the Nanners in the 5th. And Delano makes the 1-run turn into a point. It is 4-1 Animals. We'll get it on down to Maceo and the boys as they dance us to the 6th. Superb stuff from Maceo with his nasty Gage Voorhees and Philly out there. 3rd inning of work for Andy Archer. He allowed 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Delano turned both of those into points. And now Archer facing Becerra at the bottom of the order, Hampton and Jacobo at the top. Really needs to put up a goose egg to give this Nanners offense a chance to start a comeback.
Hard contact from Becerra and Hampton was the key to the point in the 4th inning, and then the 5th, it was a lack of control from Archer, his first 2 ball-4 sprints in the month of June. Now he's trying to see if he can strike out Becerra, our Dunkin' Donuts batter of the day.
Smoked foul. Nice evasive maneuvers by Seth Markham, our first base umpire. And this one spanked the opposite way. Armando having himself an afternoon. 2 for 2. A double, a ball for a sprint, 2 runs driven in, 2 runs scored. Starts the 6th inning in grand style as the Dunkin' Donut batter today, no less. Not just denying the fans their donuts, but aboard all 3 times. Filling up the stat sheet. Reese Hampton having himself a day as well. Our front runner currently for showman of the game. He's 2 for 2 with the sprint, a double and a triple. Check swing, look out, holy moly. Just a filthy cutter from Andy Archer. Now no balls and 2 strikes on the Charlotte, North Carolina kid. Look out, Mondo.
That cutter's become Archer's favorite pitch to throw in 2025, and I think it's because it can do that it can get that kind of movement against a left-hander and all of a sudden make the bat feel very uncomfortable as Archer went right back to the pitch against Hampton, and he battled it foul.
Another 0-2. Archer continues to fire in fastballs around the top of the zone. Hampton continues to spoil them. And lets that one come in well high. What a fight between Archer and the former Tigers and Diamondbacks minor leaguer. Hampton, a 12th rounder back in 2018, nabbed by the Tigers. Called strike 3. Archer freezes him. Fastball gets plenty of the plate. And all smiles as Hampton heads back to the dugout.
It's really tough for Reese Hampton. Archer, almost that entire plate appearance, was battling against him on the top half of the zone, then goes low outside corner, gets the call from Chris Walker, and sends him back to the bench.
2-seamer misses into Sal Jacobo. He's got a ball and a strike on him. Came in with a 2-2 count for Chase Acuff in the 1st inning after Chase fouled the ball off of his shin and had to leave the game. Now Robert Anthony Cruz waiting for the fly ball to come down. And chasing 3 points with a man on first. Already has pulled off 2 backflip catches today. Says, I'm gonna make sure I get this the old-fashioned way.
Here's the other tricky aspect of Robert Anthony Cruz's decision. You wind up missing that trick play, all of a sudden you've got 2 guys on for Jake Skull instead of just 1.
Right, you have the best hitter rather, on the tour coming up. It was always terrifying for your guy on the mound to face. Gets a lot scarier with runners in scoring position. That was spooky for Skull. Heater behind him. Mondo will get up to second on the wild pitch. Andy Archer, coming into this outing, had been showing impeccable control as of late. He's been all over the place. 3-0, that's a strike. Basanta into third, right through the legs of his former Visitors teammate, Kyle Jackson. Those are best of friends over there, uniting at the hot corner. And now from 3-0 to 3-2. Archer gets the 2-seamer in there. Payoff. Flicked up the middle, nice piece of hitting. Jake Skull shortened up the swing, comes in clutch. His 2nd run driven in of the afternoon, his 47th of the year. And the Animals have scored in 5 of 6 innings today.
All 3 of his hits today have brought in a run for the Party Animals.
Thank you.
The double in the 1st.
That's right.
The single in the 4th, and it's another floater, just like what we saw in the 4th, that lands in center, produces a run for the Animals.
Pardon Biko, he's up to 48 runs driven in now on the year. And 3 for 4 on the day. Party Animals offense is simply relentless. Andy Cosgrove, a big part of that as well. An RBI single his first time, has popped out and flown out since then. And he's plunked. Oh my gosh, Archer just does not have it. That is a really scary pitch. 2-seamer up and in. Cosgrove eats it pretty well. And Sean Fluke and company barking from the Party Animals dugout. Brett Helton out there. Ball home. Rodriguez. Blake Benson. I mean, the boys were not at all happy about a fastball up and in near the head like that. You just can't do that.
Then again, that was certainly not intentional by any means from Andy Archer. Just a sign of fatigue, and the Bananas, having seen that, recognized it, now put Dakota Stiltz All-Britain into the ballgame.
I'm sure Gillian Viro were hoping to bring him in a two-out situation, similar to the opportunities he usually gets, but with Archer really losing it. They're in the 6th inning, a run home, 2 men on, and a scary hit by pitch up and in to Andy Cosgrove. They go to their lanky legend, the tallest athlete in the world. A couple ducks on the pond, and only 1 out in the inning.
He's trying to get up to 9 innings pitched on this World Tour. The last time we saw him out on the mound, he induced a fly ball to left field that turned into a rack flip. So Stiltz trying to continue inducing soft contact as he battles against Tanner Thomas, 0 for 3 today.
See Casey O'Hara wondering if Danny Hosley is here. He is. The Bananas were planning on using him as a closer today after his last 4 outings were all starts. 2 against the Firefighters, 1 against the Party Animals, 1 against the Tailgaters. Tanner Thomas, high and deep to right. It's gonna end up foul. What an effort by Ty Jackson. It had the distance, not the direction to leave the yard. Tanner 0 for 3 on the day. Jumped on that 2-0. Now the 2-1. Great piece of hitting, but straight to Cruz and left. And that will do it. Pico can't count. There were 2 outs. Atta kid. Way to stay locked in. Good job by Stiltz. Nice piece of hitting by Mr. Thomas. Nothing to show for it. And the Animals another chance to earn a point this afternoon. They lead 4-1 as we send it down to Jake Lialios.
In Banana Land, this is like nothing you've seen before. You'll notice we have 2 teams. And in the middle, there are 2 enormous pairs of pants, or breeches as you may call them. In the first leg of this relay, Carol and Al will be coming over, running, getting the pants, hopping in one leg of the pants, then hopping to their partner who will finish the leg by occupying the other leg of the pants and hopping on home. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this one at home because as we all know, sometimes britches be tripping. Ladies, on your mark, get set, go! Gary and Al are hopping in the britches. So far, it's an even heat. Al is already hopping. And Gary is coming up the rear very quickly. Time to get in. This is where things get spicy. We've got 4 legs in 1 pair of pants, and Carol and Gary have run away with it. And as we all have seen, britches often be tripping in this game.
In the immortal words of Jake Lialios, sometimes britches be tripping. Got any thoughts on that, John? All right, you can talk about Peter Holden instead.
Yeah, that'll do. 23rd time Peter Holden's entered the game for the Party Animals. 4 of his last 5 innings have been shutout appearances. Holden has a 5-minute and 12-second MPI against the Bananas, but a 3-minute and 49 MPI against the Firefighters and Tailgaters. This, though, looks like a good start from Holden. High throw from Sal Jacobo, but Swanee comes down and applies the tag on Meadows for the out at the first base bag.
Well, I'll be honest here, this Bananas team looks defeated. I mean, it's rare you see DR not hustling down the line. He was not giving it his 100%. Nice attempt at dodging the tag at the end, but if he's booking it down the line, really should have been able to beat that out after the off throw from Jacobo. And we got a challenge. All right, terrific. 1 minute on the clock. We'll see if the doctor was able to sneak in there. We need clear and obvious evidence that the foot hit the bag before the tag got on him. And so far, I'm seeing the exact opposite from the first angle. Peter Holden, that son of a gun, 6 feet 5 inches tall. and couldn't have screened us any better. All right, we got two pretty good angles here. I mean, everything we're seeing looks like DR was out.
He still looks out.
Correct.
On this replay and with this specific angle.
Yep, and I wouldn't hate to see the first angle again. We still have 20 seconds. Yes, thank you, folks. You are the best. But yeah, no, this call stands.
Yeah, I would say the call stands as well.
Good job, Seth Markham. First base umpire on the mark.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after further review, the ruling on the field stands.
And it's a steamy one out there. We're going to argue for the Bananas at all on a lack of hustle from time to time. 90 degrees, the humidity is insane. It's a midday game on a Thursday. I know it can be tough. Quick turnaround after Cincinnati, but
by the way, first ever midday day game in Savannah Bananas, well, Banana Ball history, that is.
Right, yeah, on a weekday. Holy moly. Is it 2013? Got the old Black Beatles going here. World froze. A little glitch in the matrix for like 10 seconds there. Impressive balance on display from Peter Holden, who's got a 2-1 count against Kyle Jackson. Tough matchup for lefties. You see one of the reasons why. That is a beautiful front door bender. That's the slider. It's got the fastball and changeup as well. KJ just gets the barrel on the ball there, and a tip drill. Trick play for Jake Skoll in right. 2 outs on 2 trick plays to start the bottom of the 6th. And the Animals 1 out away from claiming a 5th point in 6 innings today.
Yeah, winds up the 5th trick play of the ball game for the Party Animals as well. Nice and easy for Jake Skoll. And now it's that time of the day, everybody. Batman still comes out in broad daylight after all. He has gone to retrieve Kyle Jackson's bat.
And Lee Girl 18 in the chat. Don't worry, I'll tell KJ you love him. Make sure to get that message to him in the Party Plaza this afternoon. On the bright side for the Bananas, Dan Oberst loves to hit against lefties. He has 7 home runs so far here in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. Already the most on a tour in his career.
And he's coming off of a ball game in which he finished, coincidentally enough, a home run shy of the cycle against the Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah, really nice Saturday night performance in Great American Ballpark from Danny O. And a battle between a couple of Florida kids. That one scrapes the outside corner. 3-1 count. Holden from Vero Beach. Oberst from Largo. He will earn the sprint. Nice scoop by Jacobo on the sprint defense. Dan is going to go for 2 bases. Party Animals flip to Skoll, the 7th and final man who had to touch the ball before it's live. Gutsy decision from Mr. Oberst. If he's out at second, the Party Animals win the inning. Instead, the inning tying run in scoring position.
Personally, even with 2 outs, I love the decision Dan Oberst made. You are just trying to jumpstart this offense any way possible. You're only down 1 run in the inning, and you already saw Robert Anthony Cruz make an incredible adjustment in the 3rd inning to claim the lone walk-off for your team in today's game.
That was a double, smoked down the right field line. And now Rack's got a 2-0 count. 2 more balls from Peter Holden, and this inning is tied. He's swinging away, pops it up. Big Meat Pete puts it away. And the Party Animals claim their 5th point of the ball game. It is pure domination from the boys in black and pink. We've got 3 innings to go. 4-point lead for the Animals. And what a wild weekend we have in Banana Land. Tomorrow night on the Firefighters YouTube channel, the first ever Firefighters headlining game. They take on the Texas Tailgaters up in Richmond, Virginia, for the first battle between these two teams in our young sports history. It'll be a 2-game set. You will not want to miss either ball game. Friday night and Saturday night, 7 p.m. first pitch Eastern for both of those. And it is just going to be so cool to see these two teams, the two newest teams in Banana Ball, do battle for the first time ever.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch these games in some capacity. I know that both teams are pretty fired up about this opportunity, and they played each other so much during the prime season, scrimmaging against one another. But now, this is the first game where it really matters in the standings for both teams.
To the top of the 7th we go. Austin Krasminski replaces Dakota Stilts Albritton on the mound for the Nanners.
Krem appearing in game number 24 this season. He nailed down a save in his last appearance against the Texas Tailgaters and tossed his first hitless inning since April the 13th here in Savannah, Georgia. And Krem's numbers have looked awfully good for the most part here at home. A 4.82 earned run average across 9 1/3 innings pitched, with only 2 sprints and 9 strikeouts on the pitcher's mound.
You'll have Fisher, Swan, and Bloomer. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Party Animals, who have not only scored runs in 5 out of 6 innings today, every single time they've scored, they've turned that into a point. I mean, this is domination at its finest after a weekend in Fisher's home state, first ever series in Michigan, up in Grand Rapids, in which the Party Animals offense was very quiet nights 1 and 3. They have erupted here facing the Bananas.
Impressively enough, they have done that with only getting the leadoff man on in 2 of the 6 innings in today's ball game so far.
That's unbelievable.
And they get those first outs, and it still really doesn't seem to get them down in these innings offensively.
Good fight by Fisher. It's a high-velocity fastball. Austin Krasminski possesses low to mid-90s with the circle change and slider always lurking as well. Little hesitation, look out. Oh my gosh. And the Party Animals dugout once again. I wouldn't say quite incensed yet, but they're riled up. On the verge of becoming apoplectic. Payoff to Fish. Healthy hack.
I wouldn't necessarily say that control has been a strong suit of any Bananas pitcher today. They've combined for 5 ball, 4 sprints, and a hit by pitch so far today. And you see Krem kind of all over the place here against Fisher as he delivers the 3-2, and it's spoiled.
So far, Fisher's got a fastball and a slider on payoff pitches. What's Krem go to here? Back to the heat. Perfectly placed. Called strike 3, low outside corner. Nice start to Krem's afternoon.
Krem all smiles following that strikeout. Goes outside corner against Noah Fisher, gets the call. Now here's Jason Swan, 1 for 3 in the ballgame with a single in the 3rd.
Swanee a fly out and ground out with the single sandwiched in between. This one high and deep to right, but Alexiadis backpedaling is going to tip it up and take care of it with the bare hand. Another celebration. I don't know what that reference is, but I can't wait to see it on his Instagram within the next day or 2.
It will be on social media channels, so if you guys aren't already following Reese Alexiadis,
shame on you.
Definitely a page that you have got to be locked in, tapped in with.
I mean, it might be, this might sound crazy to folks, it might be my favorite Banana Ball social media account currently running when it comes to players. I mean, it's just my kind of humor. Been a fun journey to watch for Super Reese, as there's 2 balls and a strike now on Bryson Bloomer, another one of my favorite guys to follow on the interwebs. Kid has been crushing it with the content. YouTube to TikTok to Instagram, vlogs on the tube. ballpark tours on the IG, working sprints against Krem here in the 7th. What can't the guy do? He's going to test the Banana sprint defense and pay the iron price. What a quick exchange from DR to Alexiadis to Rack, and the tag just in time to gun down Bloomer.
Well, textbook sprint defense from the Bananas. The first time Bloomer tries to turn it into 2 bases, he's gunned down, and Krusminski gets out of the frame in 3 minutes, 31 seconds.
Help from the defense allows Krem to face the minimum in the 7th. And if a comeback is brewing, the Nanners need to start it now. It's only the 2nd goose egg that their pitchers have put up this afternoon, the first since Donnie had a scoreless top of the 3rd inning. It will be a tall task, though. They're going to have to do it against Nate Tellier, the former Boston Red Sox minor leaguer and flamethrower out of this Animals pen.
And he continues to get innings later in games for the Party Animals. They keep trusting him in higher leverage situations, and he's producing. Has a 121 ERA plus this season, indicating he's a little over 20% better than the tour average arm. And also has a 1-0 record after earning his first win on night 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And just a reminder for folks who may be watching their first Banana Ball game here on a little midday action, Juneteenth out of Savannah, as this one a turf cutter to Dustin Baber, flip behind the back between the legs, and over to first in time to get a very speedy Reese Alexiadis, who was out of the game for the middle innings with Ty Jackson coming in, gets to re-enter. One pitch disposed of, another trick play for Derek Ginger. You see that 5.40 ERA for Nate Tellier, and in baseball terms you think that's not great. The tour ERA is 6.20 this year, as this one in on the hands, another chance for Babes between the legs. And that's the 2nd trick play of the ball game that he's racked up against Ryan Cox. Number 3, check that, number 4 overall on his afternoon. Now 2 quick outs for Tellier. Stares down Eric Jones Jr., who's grounded out to short twice. Both of them trick plays. The second one a double play. Looks like another chance for Salvador Jacobo. Called off, no. Noah Fisher takes control at the last second, grabs the tip drill, and celebrates with Bloomer and Jacobo like they just won the World Series.
And that is a 1 minute and 6 second inning for Nate Tellier, the fastest of his young Banana Ball career, and tied for the 12th fastest in Banana Ball history.
Another look at the trick play that closed it out. Look out, Sal! Big train's coming in hot behind you. 3 trick plays on the 12th fastest inning in Banana Ball history. It happens here in our 257th game ever played. To give you an idea about just how rare that feat was from the kid out of Attleboro, Massachusetts. Now Gage Voorhees will take his turn on the bump as we head to the 8th. Party Animals still lead 5-1. And it's getting late quick for the Nanners. Voorhees really needs to hold the door to give the offense a chance to chip away at this Animals lead.
Yeah, the Bananas aren't trying to tax any other arms in the late stages of this game. They don't want to do it to Krusminski, nor do they want Hosley to pitch an extra inning of relief, so they turn it over to Gage Voorhees, an excellent swing man. He has the ability to start for this team. He's also been pretty solid out of the bullpen this season. Only 3 of the 8 home runs that he's allowed have come pitching in relief this year, but things have not necessarily gone his way in Grayson Stadium. This has been the place where the ball has left the yard a ton for him.
4 starts on the tour for the 2022 Coastal Plain League Banana. And 2024 visitor, then firefighter. Now back in yellow and white. This is his 18th appearance overall, 14th out of the pen. He's got Baber and Becerra at the bottom of the order. Reese Hampton lurking at the top, due up 3rd. And 2 balls and no strikes on Baber, who has to look out for 4-seam, 2-seam fastballs, the knuckle curve, slider, and changeup. And smokes that one into left center. So surprising, as Josh mentioned a couple innings ago, that's only the third time in 8 innings today that the Party Animals have gotten the leadoff man to reach. Yet they've scored not just runs, but points in 5 of the 7 innings so far today, and trying to make it 6 of 8 as Becerra with a 1-0 count. Back up the middle, Mondo 3 for 3. Toss a ball for a sprint in there. He scored 3 runs, driven in 2. Have yourself a day, Armando Becerra.
He entered the ball game batting a .190. He is going to be back over the Mendoza line after a strong Game 1 performance here against the Bananas in Savannah.
Reese Hampton having himself a day as well, but retired for a 2nd straight time. Trick play from Reese Alexiata shows off the arm, and it gets by not just KJ, but Voorhees, the backup man. Faber gets to 3rd, and Becerra follows him up to 2nd. The official scoring ruling.
That has to be an E9. Swan, or I shouldn't say Swan, Becerra was not planning on advancing until he saw that throw go awry of KJ Jackson.
First error on the tour for Super Reese. Infield in, and back through the middle, Salvador Jacobo comes through in the clutch. Faber scores, here comes Becerra. Diar's throw's perfect. Not in time though. Couldn't have gotten a better chuck from the doctor. The Bananas have already used their challenge. They did not overturn the play, so they lost it, but the fans used their lone challenge on the afternoon. They lose it, whether this call is overturned or not. And tough to find a better play to pop the confetti on. And we've got a minute on the clock. And our folks in the control room cooking up the replay. Here we go. We need overwhelming, obvious evidence that the tag beat Becerra touching home plate. Chris Walker had the best view in the house. I mean, he was right on top of it. And after that first angle, certainly nothing to overturn this. And on this angle from behind home, you just can't tell when the glove hits.
You don't know if the glove is on back there.
Correct. And the first angle, I would say, here we go, okay. Oh, I thought we really had something with that other angle we're looking at right here.
I just cannot say that Bill is definitively touching the arm of Becerra.
Completely agree.
Before that hand gets in.
Completely agree. If we could get that other, we ran out of time. Yep, call stands.
Ladies and gentlemen, after further review, the ruling on the field stands.
The Party Animals celebrate a 2-run single for Salvador Jacobo Becerra, once again showing off the wheels. He is 3 for 3 with the sprint, 4 runs scored now on the day. And DR, son of a gun, the guy couldn't have done anything better. Great quick tag from Bill Leroy. Perfect play defensively. That's just wheels beating it out. This one off the end of the bat, Jake Skoll into shallow left, barehanded attempt. Ryan Cox can't come away with the trick play. Sal had no idea, so it's actually not going to end up being a trick play missed. Let's see what EJ decides to do. He will tag Sal, and then Skoll.
Skoll is on base. Yep, there we go.
And Jacobo retired. Typical, did that ball ever get to Rack? Did he fire that in, or did Cox throw it in? It's either a 6-7-3 fielder's choice or a 6-3 fielder's choice.
It would be 6-4.
Bouncer to second from Kyle Jackson. And that is a 5-4 fielder's choice and a trick play. Did EJ get the tag out on first? Would be 6-3.
They went to second. They didn't even need to tag Jacobo, though.
Oh, they touched second base for a force out.
Yeah, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I missed that. That would make it a 6-4 fielder's choice. Anyhow, it's a fielder's choice.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Either way, the princess is going to lead us through some yellow.
Feet. Thanks for the help, Maisie. Friends, we are going to sing a little yellow, but I need everyone's hands in the air, and singing voices on. Here we go. Sing it loud, Savannah, Georgia. And what was it called? Love you so much, Banana Nation, and my friend Maisie has something to say too.
Brady Keiss, the new man on the mound for the Party Animals. He has 2 runs of support here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as he's got Prime, Leroy, and Olsen, bottom 3 in the order due for the Nanners.
Keiss 5-1 on the season, coming back from a sore shoulder that sidelined him in Charlotte, but in his first outing back in Grand Rapids, it was a scoreless frame, a ball 4 sprint, 2 strikeouts, and a 3-minute and 34-second minutes per inning mark.
Prime time 1 for 2 on the afternoon, with 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. And fouls that one off Andy Cosgrove. Right off the shoulder. Shades of Drake Toll's beloved Razorbacks last night in the 9th inning. 1 out away from forcing.
Man, he didn't have to go there.
Would have been a game between the Tigers and Arkansas tonight. Instead, LSU into the College World Series Championship against Coastal Carolina. And here at Savannah, Brady Keiss with the punch out to start his afternoon.
Well, Prime's looked a little exposed with the breaking balls in today's game. Delano had him out in front in his second at-bat, and then Prime goes down swinging against Brady Keiss on an offering that was not a heater, as Leroy strokes this out to left field. No doubt about it, on top of the awning. And Leroy is cut into the Animals' lead here in the 8th. A solo shot for the Bananas backstop.
Billy Barrels, the king of Dublin, Georgia. What a shot. 4th long ball of the year. He's already equaled his homer total from a season ago.
Yeah, that winds up Bill Leroy's first home run since March 22nd. That also came here in Grayson Stadium.
He brought Zach Bro around the bases with him. What a journey. That one plunks Jackson Olsen. No, it's going to be off the knob of the bat. Foul ball. What a way for Keiss to jump ahead in the count. Speaking of the College World Series, look out, Jackie. He was in Omaha last week, getting to soak in all the fun. Hanging out at Rocco's. spotted with our Director of Entertainment, Zach Frangelo. This one cued the other way. Impossible play for Bryson Bloomer. He completely whiffs on the banana ball. And Olsen is going to have himself a single and an E5 to get an extra 90. Inning tying run in scoring position as the Bananas lineup flips on its head. And Dalton Malden with a huge pinch hit opportunity, swinging it here in DR Meadows' spot. Was a healthy swing and a miss. Malden continuing to swing pretty darn good bat here in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. Sparingly gets opportunities. It is so tough once a week max to get in there and swing against fierce competition 60 feet 6 inches away. Dalton's been putting up quality at-bats. Brady Kice wins the battle there, blows him away with the fastball. As out number 2.
Yeah, came off the bench last weekend, got a single against James Tobble, Jimmy Strings, but does not have success against this lefty on the Party Animals. Now the inning in the hands of Kyle Jackson to see if he can keep the Party Animals from recording a 6th point on the day.
Liner into right, it's gonna get down. Big stop sign for Jackson Olsen. Skull with a perfect one-hopper to Cosgrove at the dish. Ball hit too hard by KJ to bring in Olsen from second. It's Skull's arm. Too much for Eric Fox to give Olsen the windmill. I think he would have been a dead duck at the dish. So now the inning tying run at 3rd, inning winning run at 1st. Dan Oberst behind 0-1. 0 for 2 on the day. That ball smashed deep out to left. Noah Fisher leaping attempt. It's going to be one hop over the wall. What a lucky bounce for the Party Animals. It ties the inning, but if it stays in play, Kyle Jackson runs like the very wind itself, had a killer jump. He would have scored the inning-winning run easily. Instead, he has to park it at 3rd.
It's just another one of those funny situations where another thing seems to go in favor of the Party Animals, even though the inning is tied. They really lucked out on having that ball skip over the left field wall for a ground rule double.
Now Robert Anthony Cruz. He's responsible for the lone Bananas point so far today. Walk-off double down the right field line to win the 3rd inning. Made the game 2-1. Since then, 3 straight points notched by the Party Animals without a response from the Nanners. They're trying to cut the deficit to 3 as we head to our final inning where every run scored counts as a point. The 1-2. Tries to front door the slider. Now deuces are wild. Bounced foul, we'll do it again. Kyle Jackson leads off 3rd. And that is going to be ball 3. That should, no, ball 4.
That was ball 3.
That should have been ball 3.
That was ball 3.
Hey folks, that's ball 3. 3 balls.
That was ball 3.
3 balls, everybody. Let's get the boys back out there. Ball 3. I'm about to yell it out the window. Yep, all right, we're good. They got it. I was yanking the window open. They're able to figure it out down at the field. Golly. The one day, I mean, it's 90 degrees out. We try and let the AC eat in the booth. And now all of a sudden, I've got to yank the window open to try and scream. Yeah, Cosgrove looking up. We are confirming that was ball 3. What a mess. Let's get KJ back to 3rd. Let's get Oberst back to 2nd. It should be a payoff pitch coming from Brady Kice to Robert Anthony Cruz. Here we go, people. Well, while we wait for the umpires to finish it up, hopping in the chat, Alexis Grant wondering what the best pickle flavor is to both of us. Well, let's see. I got the dill flavor. I'm kind of a dill guy
I got
myself.
the hot flavor.
I like a little spice, but sometimes pickles are way too hot for me, I'll be honest. Now, you can handle some heat, Josh. You're fresh off Baber's 24-hour.
Dude, I actually probably do not need to eat any more spicy food after the hot ones challenge.
They figured it
yesterday.
out? They figured it out down there? All right, we're good. And we're up in the booth. I mean, there is so much juice on this pickle. Oh, quick bite. Uh-oh.
This opened really easily. Oh, Brady's getting set.
Let's do banana ball, huh? The dill is terrific. Feeding on the line, payoff pitch. Swing. Foul. Foul tip. Woo. The dill's slappable. You get a bite of that spicy one, Josh?
Not yet.
Yeah. Fair enough. Another 3-2. There's ball 4. And after all that, the outcome the same. Brady Kice barking at Chris Walker behind the dish as he heads back to the dugout. Party Animals 5, Robert Anthony Cruz 2. As we head to the 9th inning, where every run scored counts as a point. Nanners giving themselves a little bit of hope here. Here are the rules as we enter our 9th and final frame. If we're tied at the end of this, and it would be slightly miraculous if so, but we have seen much crazier rallies across banana ball history, then we will go to tiebreaker showdowns. I spilled so much pickle juice on my scorecard. It's not a bad spot to have a pickle juice blotch, though. It's not where the action's at. Could be worse, folks. Don't worry about me. All is well. Let's get a look at the numbers for Danny Hosley here in his 3rd World Tour. Still one of the best to do it on the bump.
With the way in which the Party Animals have played today, the Bananas cannot afford to give them any more runs, which would become points in this game. Danny Hosley now climbs the hill and has had a lot of success as of late. This is actually his first game pitching out of the pen since May 10th in Nashville, Tennessee. Hosley's 37 strikeouts lead this 2025 World Tour, and he has 10 through 6 innings pitched here in June, with opponents batting .217 against him on the year.
And to answer your question in the chat, Brandy Williams said, did he say rat 2 instead of bananas? Yes, I did, because Robert Anthony Cruz has driven in both points for the Bananas this afternoon. Now DR Meadows and Kyle Jackson, who have scored the runs in those situations, they deserve some love as well. As does Bill Leroy, who had the solo home run in the bottom of the 8th. And Dan Oberst, who had the RBI double in the bottom of the 8th to set up that inning-winning situation for Robert Anthony Cruz. Tanner Thomas, Noah Fisher, Jason Swan. Fastball just misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And Tanner, a healthy hack, comes up empty. Hosley with the fastball, curveball, changeup arsenal. The Vulcan change, one of the best pitches in the history of the sport. Behind Tanner, 3-1. Well struck, but right into the mitt of Jackson Olsen at second. And that is a tough 0 for 5 afternoon for Tanner Thomas. A couple strikeouts and a ground out, but back-to-back lineouts his last 2 trips to the dish.
Yeah, it appears he is going to be the lone Party Animal that failed to reach base safely in today's game. Definitely not what he was looking for, but for Hosley and the Bananas, nice to see that they were able to keep him off the backs to start this final inning of play.
Ball and a strike to Noah Fisher. It's never fun when you don't get an invite to the party. It's not where you want to be. You got 9 guys there. It's like, come on, folks, what's it going to take? 2 for 5 in quality at bats, and that's what you got to take home with you if you're Tanner Thomas. Just can't complain with barrels. Noah Fisher 1 for 3. End of ball for a sprint. Another 1-2. A mile high. Left field, Robert Anthony Cruz into foul territory for out number 2. And Jason Swan stands between Danny Hosley and a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. It'll be Reese Alexiadis, Ryan Cox, and Eric Jones Jr. due up in the bottom half. Both teams still have their golden batter. This one lifted into left center. Cruz making the call. He will backflip. Makes the catch, nails the flip. Third rack flip catch of the ball game. And what a way to go to the bottom of the 9th.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, what a performance from Robert Anthony Cruz. 2 walk-offs, 3 rack flips, and could be the start of a big series and a turnaround for him here in the summer months as well.
The Party Animals will be sending Drew Gillespie, the 2024 Banana Ball Pitcher of the Year. If the season ended today, he'd win it back-to-back times. Become as consistent as anybody in our young sport of ours. And he's trying to make it 9 straight wins for the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium against the Bananas.
And he's appearing in his 9th straight ball game for the Party Animals. He has 11 saves in 14 opportunities this year, and that 3.13 earned run average is the lowest mark among all Bananas and Party Animals. Why does he have a mark that low? He has only allowed sprints to 4.2% of the total batters he's faced in 2025. Unreal.
The Bananas need 2 guys to reach base before they can think about tying this game. Reese Alexiadis behind 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Now it's 0-2. It's been Party Animals all afternoon. But in Banana Ball, the 9th inning can change everything. That is a fastball on the black. Beautiful 0-2 pitch. And Gillespie just needs 3 pitches for a strikeout.
And that outside corner has gotten a call from Chris Walker all day for Reese Alexiadis. He can't seem too surprised at the outcome of that plate appearance and should have tried maybe just a little harder to protect the zone a little bit.
Ball and a strike on Ryan Cox. And that, oh wow, it hits third base. Couldn't have placed it any better down the line. Coxie is gonna rumble into second with a stand-up double. And the Nanners need 1 more guy to reach. And they can start thinking about tying this ball game. Well, that is a patented Ryan Cox double if I've ever seen one.
Again, his spray chart is just insane this year for the Savannah Bananas. 8 hits to right field, 12 to center. Now he's got 14 to the opposite field. He's hitting more balls to the opposite field than anywhere else this year.
It's beautiful. Came in hitting 308, reached base at a 398 clip. And as this one's tapped foul, 2 balls and a strike on Eric Jones Jr. I wouldn't doubt the OBP's back at 400 by the start of tomorrow's game. What a 4th tour Ryan Cox is having. EJ trying to heat up in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. He's got himself a 2-2 count. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Couple ground outs and a fly out. And he's plunked. That's exactly what the Nanners needed. EJ munching some cereal, some soup. I don't know what it is. But he's got Correll Prime walking up to the plate as this game's tying run. Nanners have 2 outs to play with. The plot thickens just like that. The
Both of the home runs Carell Prime has hit this season have come in Grayson Stadium. 2 for 6 against Drew Gillespie. And Noah Fisher comes away with the catch, but tried to see if he could deke out Ryan Cox at second base. Coxie, the Banana Ball veteran, did not fall for it whatsoever.
What a spot for Bill Leroy. Came to Savannah from the University of North Georgia on a temporary contract in 2018. This is his 8th year here. He homered an inning ago. He's 2 for 3 on the game. He's the first man ever to homer off Drew Gillespie. Did it last year in Columbus, Ohio. Limbo's out of the way of a fastball up and in. Front door bender, never gets the zone. Gillespie's got to be careful. Hitters count. Pitcher's pitch just misses. 3-0 count. Make it 3-1. That's a sprint. 1 run will score. Party Animals need to get it to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher before they can tag a banana out. Textbook sprint defense. Cox touches home. EJ over to third. Bill doesn't risk it. He's at first. Here comes a golden batter.
The golden batter rule. Hitting in place of number 8, Jackson Olsen. Please welcome to the plate, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson!
I would have been shocked if it was anybody else.
I would have been angry.
KJ has had epic battles against Drew Gillespie this year. Nobody on any of the 4 teams in Banana Land seems more confident against the best pitcher in the sport.
5 for 12 against Drew Gillespie, and we mentioned it earlier in the show. He's the best man batting with runners in scoring position on this squad, and he's all about putting together team at-bats, team plate appearances, and that is definitely the one thing on his mind. You also have the benefit with a lefty in the box. You have friendlier dimensions trying to leave the yard, go over that right field wall.
He goes to left. Long run for Noah Fisher into foul territory, into the stands, not caught by the fans. And the Savannah Bananas down to their final strike. KJ 2 for 4 on the day, a couple runs scored. He represents the game-winning run. The game-tying run is on first. The 1-2. Misses high. Deuce is wild in the bottom of the 9th. You could cut the tension with a knife. Make it a full count. Leroy will be off from first. The payoff pitch. Fouled off, we'll do it again. Are you not entertained?
Great spoil from Kyle Jackson, and again, he is going to be very wise and also battle off whatever pitch may come close, knowing this Chris Walker zone.
Back up the middle, jumping catch now, Jacobo! Party Animals survive, 5-3 winners. They've won 9 straight against the Nanners in Savannah and are now 11 games over 500 on the tour.
The Party Animals wind up winning this one by the skin of their teeth. A leaping grab by Sal Jacobo, who didn't even start this game for the Party Animals today, closes down a 9th straight win in Savannah for the Party Animals. Unbelievable dominance from the boys in black and pink here in Grayson Stadium. I'm sorry, Split. I am sorry.
That is a despondent Bananas mascot, understandably so. Doesn't have the heart to watch the Party Animals dance for a 9th straight time on the turf here in Savannah. As Michael Deeb, so illustrious with his language, said back in Kansas City, In 2023, you live by the barrel, you die by the barrel. Today, the Nanners died on the liner. Let's get it down to Drake Toll with our showman of the game.
Yeah, we couldn't decide, guys, between you two, and I'm sure upstairs they'll have to make a ruling at some point, but for me, it was both of you starring in this game. Mondo, we'll start with you. 3 for 3, ball 4 sprint, a couple RBIs, a couple runs scored in there. Do you feel like you've all, middle of the season, put each and every piece together?
I think I've been trying my best to put my best at-bats together, and I think they're coming along right now, so looking good.
A couple of teammates said in the dugout, you've taken less ABs in the cage and just started focusing, making the main thing, and not overthinking things. Is that right?
For sure, quality over quantity, every day.
Mondo, you're the man. Congrats. Jake Skoll, you've done it again. You and I have been here a time or two, my friend. What is it, 9 straight in Savannah against those guys that you've won? What is it about their turf that makes you play so well?
I don't know. I think it feels like home to us, too. Why is that so warm?
Why does it feel great?
Yeah, it felt kind of nice. But, yeah, I mean, it feels like home to us, too. So I think that's part of it. We get to be here. We get to be in our locker room. We get to take BP. First of all, kudos to Mondo. I mean, he puts more work in the cage than anyone. And we worked on a few simple things today, and he actually executed it today, which was beautiful to see, fun to watch. I know Anthony's always in the cage working with us, but beautiful to see Mondo out here grab 3 knocks, and just love him for it.
Pitching staff was so good game 2 in Grand Rapids. Obviously game 3 in one where the Firefighters only scored 1 run. Now today, they do it again. It's 3 in a row that have just been gems, especially when Garrett Delano's on the bump. How does that build the confidence?
I think it's big just keeping them confident. You know, they watch the innings prior to them pitching. Our relievers get to, feel that energy, and we run out to the outfield winning most of the time, and we tell them, hey, you got this, stay in the zone, you got them. So obviously watching Delano, show up for 4 or 5 is brilliant for them, and just getting everybody, involved and feeling good, feeling confident. That's what you do, that's what I do, that's what, this Party Animal group's all about.
There is no air conditioning in the locker room right now. Some say that's free adversity.
Yeah, it's you don't want to make Kobe mad. He might drop 50 on you. So that was our motto today. It's hot in there. It's hot out here. Feels kind of nice, though, a little water on it, get a little breeze. So we're sitting pretty right now.
This coat smells putrid.
That's right. Hey, it's part of it. You're a party animal.
Daddy Hatch. That's Jake Skoll. Josh Biko. Party Animals win it in almost blowout fashion. Party on.
Thank you, Drake Toll. Thank you, Skoll and Becerra, for the insight, words of wisdom there from the man in his 5th Banana Ball World Tour, the former first rounder. Beautiful stuff.
If the Party Animals entered angry, it must be 2006, because it felt like Kobe dropped 80 today. Party Animals rolled against the Savannah Bananas, and Jake Skoll phenomenal yet again, like he has been all tour long. And it all started with his offense for this squad. 3 hits in the ball game. Every single hit that Jake Skoll tallied in today's game wound up bringing in a run for the Party Animals, went opposite field with a double in the first inning, and then tacked on 2 singles as well later on in the ball game. So Skoll, stellar offensively for this team, also tacked on a trick play in right field on a tip drill. So he did just about everything right for this team, but it still felt, even though Skoll's your showman, very much like a team victory all around for this Party Animal squad when you consider just how good almost everyone was from an offensive standpoint today.
And Armando Becerra certainly deserved the flowers there as well. 3 for 3, 2 runs driven in, 4 runs scored. Wild stuff from the Party Animals extra hitter in the 10 hole as we welcome you inside with Josh Dolevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you for spending this Thursday midday Banana Ball action here with us in virtual Banana Land. Happy Juneteenth to everybody out there as well. This is a game the Party Animals deserve to win. It's a beautiful sport, though. They were up 4 points going into the 8th. You get that walk-off by Robert Anthony Cruz, who had a tremendous ball game in his own right for the Nanners. Had both walk-offs for this Banana squad with 3 rack flips in left as well. And then just like that, a run scored in the 9th when every run scored counts as a point, and all of a sudden, the inning-winning run standing in the box.
Well, first of all, we give our kudos to Robert Anthony Cruz for his performance today. The big knocks, the rack flips all over the place for this Banana squad. It was really an effort that he definitely would have hoped had led them to a win, but the Party Animals overall much stronger, and it's the same kind of song and dance that we've seen all season as it pertains to Grayson Stadium, Party Animals scored first in this ball game yet again. They got the offense early against the Bananas pitchers. They obviously tried to counteract that against both the Firefighters and the Tailgaters by throwing a guy, Danny Hosley, out there to start ball games and hope that they could get on the board early, which they did so very successfully. But with this 3-game series, they would rather have Hosley pitching the most important 9th inning, hopefully twice this weekend, rather than have him start this ball game. And now the Bananas are going to be playing for the series win, but they have got to win each of these next 2 games. And again, they have got to figure out some kind of secret or formula for them to be able to hopefully beat the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium and feel like they have a shot to win the Tour Championship at the end of the year in October.
Right now, this is the Party Animals' house. They have won 14 of the 18 games against the Bananas this year. They're going to try and make it 15 of 19 tomorrow night. It will be 7 p.m. Eastern for first pitch, starting at the exact same time as the Firefighters and Texas Tailgaters do battle up in Richmond, Virginia. That will be 7 p.m. first pitch as well. So make sure, if you've got 2 screens, you really want to have both games on, because you've got the best 2 teams in Banana Ball doing battle right here in Savannah, and then you have 2 teams in the Tailgaters and Firefighters playing for the first time ever up in Richmond, Virginia. So it's going to be a wonderful night here in Banana Land.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. Again, there's a lot of pride on the line for the Firefighters and the Tailgaters. I'm expecting an awful lot of emotion out there on the field, and it's definitely one of those can't-miss games.
And as you can see on the bottom of your screen, to get that Firefighters game, check out the Firefighters YouTube channel. Of course, we'll be back here on the Bananas YouTube channel tomorrow night for some Big Tiger Friday energy. Enjoy the rest of your Juneteenth. Thank you for spending a few hours with us here in the middle of the day. A big shout out to our producer and doing some directing tonight, Mr. Chad Reese. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say our beloved Keegan Woods was directing the majority of this broadcast down in the control room as well. For our camera operators, our folks in the control room, Drake Toll and Sam Bauman down on the field, Josh Talevsky up here in the booth. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. We will see you tomorrow night, and of course we will see you later!
Pickle.